Ariana Grande is joining the team of judges for season 21 of The Voice, and we're getting excited. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. We have to talk about Ariana Grande in that judge's seat, but before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Gabby Gonta, and I'm joined by Mariah Davis today. Ariana Grande has one of the most iconic voices in music, and now she's taking her talents to the iconic red chair, where she'll be judging season 21 of The Voice. Alongside her, of course, will be judges Kelly Clarkson, John Legend, and Blake Shelton, while she is replacing Nick Jonas. So, Mariah, are we surprised to find this out? I was honestly surprised when I saw the news this morning because I feel like competition shows like this are mostly for celebrities who are not washed up necessarily, but just less relevant. So then they go on the show and they become relevant again, which Ariana is clearly not. She's doing very well for herself. So I'm just curious your thoughts about this, and is she going to be a good fit on the show?
I know what you mean. It's not that they're washed up, it's not that they're less important, but they're not like in the prime of their career, which I feel like Ariana totally is. But I don't know if I'm surprised. Maybe, I mean, in that point, then yes, I am a little surprised, but I'm mainly just happy. I think that it's an awesome fit. She has such an incredible vocal range. She has such a unique talent that it really separates her from just people who have very nice voices and who make trendy tracks to someone who just has incredible talent. So I think she is a perfect fit for the show. And she's only going to be, I mean, first of all, people are going to be fangirling over her. Everyone is going to want to be Team Ariana. So I feel bad for the rest of the judges because they are just not going to be able to hold a candle to her. But I'm excited. I think whoever is on her team is really going to learn so much from her. Who better to teach them than an absolute pro?
Exactly. The shared news audience already knows I'm the biggest Ari fan, so I'm going to be Team Ari, but that's a great point. I think a lot more people are going to be tuning in because she's on the show now. Ari already took to Instagram to announce the news and share her excitement, saying, quote, "I'm so honored and excited to join the Voice family. I've been a huge fan of the show for such a long time. I can't wait to go head to head with the incredible coaches, get to know these new artists, and help to take their craft to the next level." So yeah, unlike other singing competition shows like American Idol, The Voice is special because the judges literally get to coach their contestants week after week, trying to get them to the top. So how do we think Ariana's contestants are going to do? I'm about ready to warm up my singing voice back up again in Audition because I want to meet her, let alone get to work with her and get her advice and coaching. So how do we think her contestants are going to do? Are they going to be ones that win in the end?
Honestly, they've got to be intimidated. I mean, I know like they're only at that point because of their raw talent. But if it was me, even if I had a strong singing voice, which I don't, if I were to have a good singing voice, make it to that point, but someone like Ariana Grande was my coach, I feel like my voice would never be maybe what it is in the shower on its good day, because I'd be so intimidated. Like, who am I to belt out these songs to this absolute angel of a voice? But like I said earlier, I think they have so much to gain by just being able to share this experience with her because she is such a raw talent, has such a unique vocal range. I watched a little bit behind the scenes of her making a couple of her songs for her latest album, and she's so passionate and knowledgeable about it. So I think they have so much to gain. I think they're going to be very, very nervous, but if they just stay focused, they can only go up from there. So they might have a shot at winning.
I think so too. NBC executive Jenny Groom has also come to the support of the top pop star, saying Ariana is a visionary with over a decade of experience in the music industry. Her unmatched vocal skills, creativity, and unique expertise on all facets of the industry will make her an invaluable coach to the next generation of artists. So basically what you said with fancier words, but do we think that from NBC's perspective that this is a move because they want to get a younger audience, a new fan base of followers, because some of the other coaches and judges, their music was great, but kind of like we said many years ago, where Ariana is really in the spotlight right now. So do we think it's because they really want to get a younger audience in there watching The Voice?
I think it was a good move for them to bring someone who is in their prime into the show. And not to mention, because Ariana Grande has such a huge fan base. I mean, yes, she does have a younger generation who loves her, probably, I would assume, the bulk of her fan base. But because of her raw talent, like everyone loves Ariana. Our producer who's listening right now probably loves Ariana. I don't know that. I might have to ask him after, but I think it was a good move, mainly because she is in the bulk of her career. She's on a major high right now with the recent drop of her latest album. So it's a really good move for the show to gain a larger audience.
Exactly. We're going to have to keep a close eye on those ratings and if the demographics shift or if just everyone who's an Ariana fan is suddenly watching the show and tweeting about it and stuff like that. So we're going to keep an eye on that when the show drops. Of course, AG is fresh off releasing her latest album, Positions, like you were mentioning, along with a few bonus tracks in recent weeks. No tour is in sight, but since competition shows like this are still up and running in the pandemic, it seems like she may have just wanted to get back on stage again, right? So how do we think artists are dealing without concert life? Do we think another reason she took on this role is because it's something to do? It's to get on TV again. It's to be on stage and to be working and actually doing something fun during quarantine.
I feel like every artist had to have really enjoyed it at first because it was a reason to just relax, stay out of the public light. You know, she's had her fair share of concerts, being literally in a spotlight. So it had to have been really refreshing. She got to spend a lot of time with her boyfriend, grow closer to him. It's got to just be like kind of good for mental health if you're an artist. For the rest of us, we were like, get me out of the house. And I'm sure she eventually got to that point too. So yes, I think now it's kind of like, okay, I'm ready to start making some moves. And also, like I said, anybody who is taking their music career seriously would have so much to learn from her. So maybe this is her way of giving back, you know, sharing the knowledge, everything she's learned over the years that has got her this beautiful and flourishing career. And maybe that's what she's trying to do, share a little bit of that knowledge with somebody else.
Exactly. I'm going to be watching the show. I'm going to have my notepad out, taking notes of all the tips that she gives these people, just because like it's a window into her world and how she's become so successful, right? So I think people are also going to be watching for that reason. I've been more of an American Idol fan growing up. I remember watching it when it first came out when I was really little and I loved it. I haven't watched The Voice as much, but like I said, I'm an Ari fan, so I'm definitely going to be tuning in this season. Cannot wait. One final question for you, Mariah. I know Ari is like my dream person to be on the show, but if not her, who else would you like to see in that judge's chair?
I think it's a good idea to have someone who is just such a big name still in the height of their career. So maybe someone like Justin Bieber, or I'm going to say Beyonce, because we've never seen Beyonce in a position like that. And I can only imagine this is what the producers need to, they need to hire me because of this brilliant idea, because I can only imagine the audience number would just skyrocket. What do you think about Beyonce?
Oh, that is like biggest name ever. I would love to see that. Everyone would tune in, although I doubt she would ever do that because Beyonce would just never give away her secrets to all of us. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I would also say Justin Bieber would be a good one, or Dua Lipa is seriously crushing it right now. So maybe her one day. All right, you guys, that is all we have to share with you about this new Ariana news and The Voice. But let us know, are you going to be tuning in? Have you watched The Voice before? Are you an Ari fan? So that's why you're coming around. Let us know. And if you think one of her contestants is going to be the one that wins it all, drop a comment. And before you go, make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of our videos. I'm your host, Gabby Gonta. I was joined by Mariah Davis today. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.